on this engine, this is actually one of my spares, but it's just easier for demonstration purposes. I will show you how I actually change it on my mounted rig. It's super easy, and this will make it super easy for you. You just have to buy a few parts, and it makes your oil change less than 5 minutes. So what you'll see on these small engines, and this is pretty common for most small engines, there is our drain. Typically there is a little plug in there. It's just plugging it. So you can take a wrench, just kind of wrench that plug off. Super easy. But I'm going to show you some tricks to make it so that it's even easier for you. You won't even have to take the plug off. Here you can see my mounted engine. On my engine, where that plug was, here I removed the plug and I replaced it with this 4-inch fitting. Attached to that is this 90-degree on-off, and then I just kind of attach this here to direct the oil flow down. I put my oil pan right below it. I remove the zip tie, and we zip tied this because every once in a while we accidentally bump that 90-degree. On this engine, you see right above here is the oil filter. So we'll need to remove that. Like I said, we had that oil filter wrench. Hopefully we don't need it. Let's see. Yep, we didn't need it. It's been a few minutes. You can see the oil is just dripping out now rather than flowing. I also grabbed a paper towel and I'm just gonna wipe up here where the old oil filter was, just clean it up a little bit. So I have my new filter and it just screws on real easy. When I put these filters on, I put them on hand tight and not as tight as I can, but close, because they only get harder to pull off over time, which is why sometimes you'll need a wrench to pull one off, but usually I don't need the wrench. So you can see our oil's still dripping, but it's pretty much good enough. So we will close this and finish it up here. All right, now we're gonna be working on the other side of the engine. So you can see up top here is our cap. We're gonna take that cap off. This is where the oil goes in. We've also got our dipstick here, and we'll be taking that out here in a second. When you fill the oil, one trick I've found makes it so that you just have less spill is, you can see how I've got the cap on the top here as opposed to on the bottom. So that makes it so I can tilt this further before oil starts coming out, and it just seems to be a lot easier to get it in here with less spilling. This engine is really convenient because it takes exactly 1 quart. I poured the whole, oops, poured a little too fast. Got a little spill there. There's the whole quart. Put the cap back on, and our final step here in just a second. So I pulled the dipstick. Here you can see it's just kind of covered in oil. So when you measure it, you're going to want to take that paper towel, wipe it off. So you can see it's pretty dry. I'm going to take that, insert it back in the hole, pull it out, and we'll see. There's our line. It's right between these 2 dots, which is where we want to be, and it's closer to the top dot, which means we're perfectly full. So like I said, this takes exactly 1 quart. It takes 1 quart every time, and that's actually really convenient. Makes this change that much easier. That's it. That's all there is to it. If you have any questions, just feel free to leave them in the comments, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks.